Tonight, as part of Denver7's The Rebound, we're following the money. Taxpayers came forward saying they were frustrated by what Denver7 Investigates uncovered at an Aurora motel earlier this year.
More than $1 million of your money spent to house homeless people who were positive for COVID-19. It was a lot of money spent considering a majority of those rooms sat empty.
Well, tonight we continue to hold those accountable. Chief investigative reporter Tony Kovaleski has reaction from a key city leader who says the city was duped.
I think it really opened eyes in the city.
She's talking about what we found inside this Aurora motel.
That maybe we were not told the truth.
A motel that sits in the middle of Marsha Berzins' council district.
I think what happened there is not what was intended to happen.
Federal tax dollars provided more than $1 million to transform this 122-room motel into a destination for homeless residents needing a place to stay after testing positive for COVID-19. If you found out that people were staying here who had COVID, like a lot of people, how would you react?
I'd be very mad.
Our hidden camera investigation uncovered a problem that surprised Aurora City leaders.
Did you know it was a COVID hotel?
No, I did not.
When you were here for that month, you didn't know?
No, I had no idea.
Back in August, after the city elected to only rent half of the motel, several motel room renters told our hidden cameras they had no idea the other half of the motel was housing COVID-positive homeless individuals. I thought it was important I came back and told you that this motel has housed COVID patients since April. What's your reaction now knowing the truth?
It's messed up because that put me at risk without me even knowing.
The lady in the wheelchair who was rented a room in that hotel, I don't blame her for being upset. I would be upset too.
People coming in from out of town, do they know what they're checking into? This is a hotel from hell.
He's an Aurora resident and a whistleblower. Dean Antweiler reached out to Denver7 Investigates.
Nobody's paying attention to what's going on here.
His frustration centered on the lack of disclosure we uncovered at the motel. Just so I'm sure, are there any COVID patients that are staying here now?
No.
Have there been any recently?
No.
None. Not last week, not last month.
No.
And there are also questions about the amount of money, Federal CARES Act dollars spent for the facility. Our review of the records found taxpayers spent $1.1 million to provide housing and meals for those homeless COVID-positive individuals. And when we analyzed those numbers, we found during the 5 months the motel was used, only 116 people moved in. On average, only 24 of the 122 rooms were used per night. That boils down to a cost to taxpayers of nearly $300 a night for a room in a motel.
The city doesn't give a damn. They don't think the taxpayers are paying attention.
After watching our investigation, in hindsight, could this have been managed better?
I believe it could. I feel like it could have been done better.
Councilmember Berzins says the intent was always to be proactive to save lives and prevent the spread of the virus. Once again, we asked to speak with the owners of the motel. Our request for an interview in response to our reporting was declined. In Aurora, I'm Chief Investigative Reporter Tony Kovaleski.